Welcome back. The Lagos State Police Command has arrested 5 suspects alleged to have robbed the father of Super Eagles player Onazi in the Ajangbade area of Lagos. The suspects, who confessed to robbing Wilson Onazi in Jos, explained that they left for Lagos a day after the robbery. The Commissioner of Police in Lagos, Fatai Owoshini, says that the suspects were arrested and a jeep recovered from their hideout.
Luck ran out of those robbers who entered Lagos with the car, either for one or two things or for both, to still probably come and operate here or to dispose of the car. The eagle eye of the police within Ajangbade Hags is led by the DPO, caught up with them, and as we are talking now, 5 armed robbery suspects have been arrested in connection with that case. The 4 of them that actually went inside to attack Mr. Onazi had confessed to being the armed robbers that attacked him. The 5th person is one of the accomplices that they are using in Lagos to get the car disposed.
Knock at the door, he opened the gate, and they went with knife. Sir. When they went with knife, they asked the man if he gave him the car key of the house. The man gave him the car key, asked him for the money. He gave Sister Naira. He gave Sister Naira. So, and they collected on his phone. Collected his phone. That's how they left. We left the house that day. They left the house that day and met me at the roadside. So we now came to Lagos.
Shocking indeed it is. And we move on to sports now. Here's Charles Eruka.
Oh, thanks, Ijoma. Nigeria's Super Eagles have climbed up 3 places and now occupy the 64th position in the monthly ranking of the football-playing nations around the world by FIFA. With this rise, the Super Eagles are now the 14th best team in Africa. Côte d'Ivoire are the highest-ranked team on the continent, followed by Algeria, Tunisia, Senegal, Ghana, Congo DR, Egypt, Republic of Congo, Mali and Morocco to complete Africa's top 10. Argentina retained top spot in the world rankings. Belgium also hold on to 2nd spot, while world champions Germany are in 3rd position. Colombia and Brazil share 4th spot. Chile, Portugal, France, Uruguay and Wales are also included in the top 10. On the domestic soccer scene, Enyimba's Masseur Kalu has been handed a 1-year ban from all activities of the Nigeria Football League (NPFL). Kalu encroached into the pitch in the matchday 35 tie between his team and Niger Tornadoes after the center referee awarded a penalty to the Tornadoes. He also engaged one of the assistant referees in a brawl until security agents intervened to forestall further breakdown of law and order. The league champions were also fined 250,000 naira for failing to control their players and officials during the incident. Elsewhere, Kiev's Olympic Stadium will host the final of the 2018 UEFA Champions League. The organization's executive committee, under the chairmanship of newly elected UEFA President Alexander Cheferin, voted on handing European football's showpiece event in 20 months' time to the Olimpijski Stadium. Meanwhile, Lilleküla Stadium in Tallinn, Estonia, will host the UEFA Super Cup on August the 14th, 2018, but the venue for the Europa League final in 2018 will be revealed later. And World Anti-Doping Agency WADA says another batch of athletes' data has been leaked by the same Russian cyber espionage group that published confidential medical data earlier this week. This time WADA said the hackers released data of 25 athletes from the United States, Germany, Britain, Czech Republic, Denmark, Poland, Romania and Russia. The list included British cyclists Bradley Wiggins and Chris Froome, Czech tennis player Petra Kvitova and German discus thrower Robert Harting. The hacking group known as Apt28 and Fancy Bear was also blamed by the anti-doping body for posting data about US athletes Simone Biles and Elena Del Don, as well as Serena and Venus Williams. That's it on Sports News, and back to Ijoma with the rest of the news at 10.
In what could be the biggest discovery since flight MH370 went missing 2 years ago, Malaysian authorities say they can confirm a piece of debris and outboard flap is from the missing plane. The piece was discovered on the island of Pemba off the coast of Tanzania back in June. Investigators will now examine it to see if it can provide any insight into the circumstances around the missing plane. A number of other pieces of debris, some confirmed to have come from MH370, have been found in recent months off the coast of neighbouring Mozambique and Madagascar. And a Zimbabwean activist, Silvanus Mudozwa, is in hospital after being beaten and tortured with sharp objects by unknown men after being abducted from his home. He said the attackers interrogated him, wanting to know who was funding Tajamuha, the pressure group he belongs to, and why they were campaigning against the government of President Robert Mugabe. The country has seen several protests in the past few weeks against the government, and the president has criticized judges who give permission for them to hold. President Mugabe has promised that Zimbabwe will never become anything like the uprising in the Middle East. And Russia is accusing the United States of not keeping its end of a truce holding over Syria this week after the UN reported it was having problems getting aid to affected areas. The UN Special Envoy to Syria said he blamed the Syrian government instead for not providing facilitation letters to allow convoys pass through army checkpoints and reach besieged areas. Russia, however, absolved itself of any blame, saying it's been fulfilling its obligations since the beginning of the truce by ensuring the Syrian Air Force does not bomb areas held by mainstream rebel forces and setting up checkpoints in Aleppo. And the main news again. 4 companies today pleaded guilty to laundering $15.6 million, allegedly belonging to former First Lady Patience Jonathan. Mrs. Jonathan had last week admitted ownership of the monies when she filed a fundamental human rights enforcement suit. Also today, British prosecutors upheld the conviction of former Delta State Governor James Ibori despite evidence of bribery against a British police officer investigating his case. And Australian investigators have confirmed that a large item of debris recovered off Tanzania's coast belongs to missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Honyato. Good night.